Morning Richard, I'm going to give you a quick rundown of how to import your CAD. So this is your CAD file which you sent me. So personally, I've always done it for years. I get rid of the things first out of the CAD file which I don't like, which is not needed. Test points, mounting holes, also reference X, pad and so on. So I generally streamline it down so your data to start with is quite nice. But that's entirely up to you. You can import it straight into the software and the software will skip what you don't need, but I would personally get rid of the, well, I'd just say rubbish you don't need. So this is your original file. So you can see mid X, mid Y, these are for your components, but the pad information, you don't need that info in your file. It's just too much. So next one here I'll show you is the one which I've quickly edited. So I've left in the parts just to show you how to skip the columns anyway, but here you've got this information. So this could be a description of the part, not the part number, description, or maybe this column here, 50 volts and so on, you could use this as description. Entirely up to you. You don't even need to use the description in the component data, but it does help sometimes. But what we really need is a unique part number for your components, which these files don't have. So you can see here, I've just cross-referenced these few with your bill of materials, just added a few extras here. So we'll just add a few more, just so you can see the way the software imports. So we'll now just save this. We'll save it as a CSV file. Example 2, save, and now we'll go ahead and import. So step, import. Now the file we've just created, which one? This one? Don't remember. 10 o'clock, yes it is. So as standard, when you come into this screen, it's going to come up with SSA. So this is just the old Samsung CAD information. If you export your file, it will export to SSA and then you can re-import onto another computer or machine. But for now, we're going to select all files. We're going to change it to delimiter. It's comma, it's a CSV, so it's comma delimited. If you've got a different CAD file, of course, you can put a different delimiter in, whatever it might be. But for now, we're going to leave that with a comma. Click OK. Failed. Okay, of course it failed. Let's try again. Import to something going wrong here, no doubt. Let's have a quick look, see what we saved it as. CAD example 2. Import. Just make sure we saved it correctly. CSV. Save. Delimiter, all files. Doesn't like this for some stupid reason, so we'll go ahead and import the other one anyway. Alright, so here's the screen. This screen's just showing you the description. It's got too many characters. You can see here there's quite a very long line of characters, so just gives you the limit down the bottom. Click OK. Top left, this is your CAD, whether it's running left to right, bottom left to right, top left. You need to know that before importing, makes life a lot easier. Of course you can guess it and you can change it as well, but we'll just say it's the bottom left, and the machine positive bottom right to the back, bottom right to the left is the way our machines work. So let's now select the column. So now you see this little button, skip first line. That's because generally it will give you the description of the columns, so you can skip the first line, which we've already done. So let's go ahead and say what it is. So reference, this one we're going to use as description. This one we know is the X, this is Y. This one's just some rubbish, skip these 4, or if you've cleaned it up already, just use that. Don't know what this is, we'll skip that. This is theta, and this one here, Okay, we're going to skip that as well. And then this one here, this is part number which I got from your bill of materials. So we'll now say this is part name and click import. Again, if you've got the board origin, put it in first. It's a lot more helpful than guessing. First screen comes up, just says it's identified these part numbers, but it doesn't know what they are. So if you're using the data from your machine already, then you might well have the part numbers on there. Then it'll pick up on them straight away. So you can see it's imported. Your X and Y is all zeros for some reason. Probably have to go back and have another look at that. Next thing is your parts. So telling the machine what parts are what. We know we've got some 0603s. Okay, click on this, and then there's this little exclamation button. So you can choose on here what's the 0603. So we can see straight away we've got some 0805s. Now your list would be quite extensive because you'd have all the part numbers on there. So we'll just go back. We'll say 0805. Click, and you can select multiple ones as well. Okay, you can click on these, click OK, and now you can see it's imported your individual part numbers. That's just the description field there. Okay, go through this until you've gone through each part number. So let's go through it again. This cap here, I don't know what that is. There's also another way of doing it by clicking on new part. Just wait for this. First time it's done it, just installed it. And you can do it this way around from the library. So select the part. You can see in the title actually it's got 0603, so we can do it this way around. Apply, choose the 0603, and then register. It's registered. That should leave one part. Yeah, this one. It's got no part name on there. So like I say, you're better off having all the parts to start with. Okay, now there's nothing on this screen yet because you've not optimized it. But also all of these are all zeros for some reason. So I'll go back and have a look at that. But that's the general gist of how to import your parts. Of course, if you've got the information from the CAD, there's no reason why you can't put all this stuff in offline, which is what you're trying to do to achieve the less online time. Same as your origin. So you're probably going to need them because your coordinates were negative. So you can fill all this in. Fiducial information, if you've got that from the CAD, add that on too. And then the rest of it you can do on the machine, which won't be very much. So that's the general gist of importing. It's pretty easy really. And then like I say, if you click on export, it exports into the SSA. See up here, SSA type. Alright, but we'll just go back and have a quick look at why it didn't import the negative ones. So look at this copy a minute. Okay, we'll just quickly go through this again while we do this little video. Description, X, Y, skip, 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 skip. May well be because there's no part numbers. Skip, theta, skip that, part number, yep, part name, change this again, rotation. Also, if you're changing the way the board's going to go in the machine from your CAD, you can change that as well. The machine, just ignore that. That's if you've got multiple machines in a line. Add your origin on again, and then import. Okay, this time no part name, description. Yep, strange on that, but yeah, like I say, I'll go back and have a look at that.